What's going on, y'all? Minutes with Mellon. Take longer videos and make them shorter. I'm going to try to compile this last week's bit of news. Holy shit. Yeah, let's just burrow right on into it. Okay, we're burrowed. So, where do we start? Funnier than parody. We're gonna have to go back. Basically, what happened on Monday. This one's bad.
From the dungeons of the third world. She has had them resettled beautifully into your community to prey upon innocent American citizens. That's what they're doing. And no place is it more evident than right here. Because in Aroura, multiple apartment complexes have been taken over by the savage Venezuela prison gang known as Tren de Aragua.
Friday. Now, ABC News host Martha Raddatz decided to press vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance over Trump's comments. And Vance then went viral for his response. Watch.
This is where it goes.
President Trump was actually in Aroura, Colorado, talking to people on the ground. And what we're hearing, of course, Martha, is that people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened.
Martha.
I'm going to stop you. The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns.
It looks like her soul has left her body. That's what it looks like. Okay.
Handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border? Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs.
Okay, let's just end that with they did not invade or take over the city, as Donald Trump said. I want to move on to
just a few apartment complexes, no big deal.
Oh my gosh, Kaylee, what?
Just a few apartment complexes, no big deal. I'm gonna end that with I don't have a fucking soul, and I could care less about Americans. What the fuck?
A remarkable exchange that, right to J.D. Vance's point, illustrates exactly where the left-wing media is.
Yeah. Martha. Okay. Look, Martha. First, we were told by the Democratic governor of Colorado that this was a figment of our imagination. Then Martha Raddatz tells us, oh, it's just a handful. She is a decent...
I forgot about that. When they first showed this, they said this was a hoax. This was a lie. I forgot about that. Yeah, they tried to blow this off like this wasn't real. Don't believe your own eyes. Don't believe this video. This is false. Yeah, no, the fuck it's not.
DC swamp journalist telling people who live in these working class apartments in Aurora, Colorado, that they should be okay with this, that their residences should just be taken over. This has happened across the nation, gang members committing crimes. In fact, we've seen crimes by Tren de Agua in Aurora, Miami, Chicago, Indianapolis, New York City, Dallas, and Wisconsin. Martha, how many buildings have to be taken over for you to give a flying flip about this? What if it was your home, Martha Raddatz? Tell us you're a DC swamp journalist without telling us outright. That is shameful.
And bringing the swampiness grift even further to the entire network, like they doubled down after that. Let's take a look here.
False claim.
So ABC News doubled down essentially on the coverage, right? So they put out, Vance stands by Trump's...
I think Kelly's got it right. With due respect to Martha Raddatz, she says in that clip, I know what's going on. No, you don't, because I have spoken...
So then...
I have a message for you.
The border union...
If...
and Border Patrol.
We allow... Borders R. Harris to win this election every city, every community in this great country is going to go to hell. Only one man can fix that. That is Donald J. Trump.
They do. But also, J.D. Vance is totally right. The acceptable number of apartments
are extremely damaging. It causes people to lose confidence in the integrity of the election system. The notion that we in law enforcement have sought to intentionally allow individuals to cross the border illegally for the purpose of voting is preposterous.
Is it preposterous? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't stand it. This guy is the biggest piece of shit ever. Like, ever.
And everyone should condemn that rhetoric.
You're a fucking... I can't... I mean... I ain't gonna say it.
What I know we must do.
Every point that has been made on this couch in the last 5 minutes points back to one thing, and that is that she knows they are in trouble on the issue of immigration.
So, yeah. They get called out, and then they double down and, well, fucking quadruple down and still try to say, oh, no, we're not doing this for votes. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So he played the same clip as JD. But then, if you know, Trump's already had 2 assassination attempts, practically a third one. They kind of stopped it. And guess at what they're still...
Keep going on, MSNBC, with Donald Trump is literally Hitler.
Is that we have long known that Donald Trump has revered the Nazis. He has revered Hitler. He's read his book. He used to say he had it on his nightstand. Donald Trump has had a very sinister philosophy, wanting to be a dictator, absolutely dividing people up based on who they are, based on factors about them that have to do with their race and their gender, etc. And when he uses language like this, I don't think that it's a Freudian slip. I think that the danger of a Donald Trump is that he would absolutely try to exterminate an entire group of people because he thinks that their genes are somehow different than his and faulty. And I say this with all the sternness.
Dude, these people are fucking evil. Like, they're still calling him fucking Hitler. It's Hurricane Milton. You saw it in the corner. Like,
Ball interview. You know, the Democrats ought to take notes. This is how you freaking win elections. Most importantly, this is how you get loyal grassroots support. The people.
And then, yeah, anyways, he just goes on about how shitty Kamala is, because, you know, while Hurricane Milton is going on, she's having cracking beers with Stephen Colbert. Wait, yeah, so that was just Monday. And then there's a city councilwoman from Aroura saying cops are coming up to her and saying we need help. The police are coming up to city council and saying we need help. So, yeah, it's not made up. It's for real. So again, that was just Monday. Drones flying over U.S. bases. Great. More good news. I swear it's the worst administration ever. And then, what happened? Oh, this guy, the Teamster of the Democrat, literally got on a podcast and called Schumer a piece of shit. That was pretty funny.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal, Jerry Baker, our friend who works upstairs here, he has written a thought-provoking column. It's titled Barack Obama and the Democrats' Politics of Contempt. And essentially what it says is if you're thinking about how the mainstream media essentially...
So basically Barack Obama got on and, like, just scolded, like, black people for not turning. The turnout was really low. It's funny that he's complaining about crowd sizes, and at the DNBC.
Former President Bill Clinton is out stumping for Vice President Harris, and while Trump...
She's the only candidate who has actually endorsed a bill that would hold down immigration in any given year to a certain point, and then make sure we gave people a decent place to live, and we did total vetting before people got in. Now, Trump killed the bill. The bill was being written by senior Republicans in the Senate, and he killed the bill. Why?
Allow 5,000 migrants.
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen.
Okay, Bubba needs a fact check, so let's fact check. He had executive.
Whether the president finds the entry of aliens be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he may, for a period shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens. Wow. So they have all the
authority. He also had control of Congress for 2 years. We'll put this up when Democrats controlled the presidency, the Senate, the House, January 21 to January 23. As you pointed out, David Webb, the bill he is talking about came after this period.
It's a minor detail because Bill Clinton can time travel.
To injure a child, same month, goes down to Athens, Georgia. And then 2 months later, you see he received a citation for shoplifting, and ultimately Laken Riley, who he allegedly killed, lost her life.
That's right, just like Bambi Larson, whose alleged murderer, also had a massive recidivist rap sheet, and but for the sanctuary city and protection.
Guns. I feel like the mayor and the governor and the APD all downplay the situation. There were 6 people outside my door with guns. That's not counting all the other ones that used to patrol the property with guns. How many gangs is okay to have in Aroura? How many properties is okay to take over? How many people who are citizens paying their bills is it okay to displace?
So her problem's non-existent, according to Jared Polis, according to Anderson Cooper, and she's just a handful, according to Martha.
When JD.
Dude, these people are fucking evil. Like, unbelievably evil. But Trump's been on... Damn, that sucks. Where's the fucking Obama one? Where Obama's, like, fucking scolding people. So that was Tuesday. This shit is crazy, man. I'm telling you. Kamala Harris went to a town hill. It was a fucking disaster. Musk is changing the world. Oh, fuck Harley. Oh, okay. Trump's supposed to go on Rogan. Trump's been on like every fucking podcast. He went on this thing with Bloomberg. That shit.
No, but you're wrong. You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this stuff. You've been wrong. No, let me tell you about currency. You're gonna.
He tells this guy who does it for a living, hey, you're wrong. Oh, fuck. That one was funny. That cracked me the fuck up. And then, okay, so he did that. Kamala Harris went on Charlemagne the God. Nobody watched it. Why he thinks Trump will Mark Halperin thinks why he thinks Trump will win. News interview disaster. So, wait, what was this one about? Is this the Obama?
Harris joins us live from Georgia. Every mom in America.
Sanctuary cities are really meant for one thing, to protect criminals. That's what they become. We're going to end all sanctuary cities in the United States, and we're going to go back to normalcy.
All simple.
Harris, the way she framed that.
It tends to track with his popularity as well. Could he take the state of Pennsylvania? Just
what else? Damn, where's the Obama thing? That sucks. Firing.
Let me turn to the topic of what Kamala Harris is doing this coming week, particularly Monday and Tuesday. She's got several events courting black voters. I know that you are talking about black Americans.
Sure, and thank you for that question. What Donald Trump is going to do is going to be actually quite similar to what he did in his first term. When you lower tax rates, when you cut these reckless and crazy policies that are now in the Kamala Harris administration, and you cut those regulations down, what it does is it frees up the ability for businesses to thrive, for people to be able to earn more money, for them to be able to keep more money in their pockets. All of his economic policies actually have a stabilizing effect on prices, and they grow our policies. His energy policies, she's been wrong for the last in the history of our country.
Former President Obama said exactly on this question of the economy a couple of days ago.
I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time.
How do you respond to that?
Very easily. I was working in finance during Barack Obama's administration. Let me tell you, the economy under his especially the last 5 years, was growing at about 1 to 1.5% per year.
Not enough. Yeah, completely. Trump went on value entertainment. Trump went on like fucking everything. What's this one?
Acting Director Ronald Rowe weighed in as well about.
Yeah, the fucking Secret Service bullshit. Basically saying, oh yeah, it's gonna happen again. Oh man, that's bad too. Where is it? Oh.
Allred's run for Senate here. Let me show you guys this epic performance. Let's have a conversation about it. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks,
Own record. I have to admit, the beginning of it reminded me of Kamala Harris in her debates, answering everything. Look, I was born in the middle class. It's some lines that sound nice, that ignore his record. Let's just talk about his voting record. Again, you can go to allredfacts.com. You can see the actual votes. 4 times he has come out for men playing in women's sports, for boys playing in girls' sports. He is a co-sponsor, and he voted for a law called the Equality Act. The Equality Act mandated that boys be able to go in girls' bathrooms, in their locker rooms, and their changing rooms. He voted for it. That is his record. Number 2, there was a bill. It was a very simple bill. It was narrowly defined. It was protecting women in girls' sports. He voted no. The only issue on that bill was whether biological boys should compete against our daughters. That's not fair. Congressman Allred was an NFL linebacker. It is not fair for a man to compete against women. The 3rd time he signed on to something called the Transgender Bill of Rights. Transgender Bill of Rights explicitly, and he co-sponsored it, mandated that boys compete against girls' sports. And just 2 weeks ago, Congressman Allred joined 100 radical Democrats in demanding that our military allow drag shows on military bases, pay for soldiers to have sex changes using taxpayer money, and pay for children to be sterilized and have sex changes on military bases. Again, that's extreme. That's not Texas, but that is his voting record.
Senator, that's your time.
Yeah. And it's not funny, because you're a threat to democracy.
Sure.
I was on the Senate. I was on the House floor when we went.
You're a threat to democracy. What's the next talking point? I forget it. They're fucking retarded, dude. Kamala went on Brett Baer. Ooh, that was bad. It was bad. Where's the Megyn Kelly one? Oh yeah, Trump went to the Catholic charity dinner. Kamala didn't show up. First time. No one showed up in the last like 49 years or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Trump goes to a barbershop. Trump went on fucking Andrew Schultz. Yeah. It was where is it? I swear I just watched it.
Total failure. She did not move the needle at all. I'm sure you watched last night the Kamala Harris interview with Brett Baer on Fox News. She had an opportunity to really explain to Fox News viewers how she could help them, and she didn't.
That Donald Trump is ahead in every single swing state, every single one. Went on Fox News and done something wrong. Fox News host Brett Baer revealed some rocky details about the interview with Kamala Harris, including that she showed up late, very late for their sit down, and she tried to filibuster with her answers to prevent him from pressing her on hot button issues. Baer suggested it was like the vice president's team was trying to ice the kicker, comparing it to a football coach calling timeout before the field goal to put the kicker on their toes and build pressure. He also said it didn't frequently interrupt the VP. He likely would have only been able to fit in a total of 4 questions in their nearly 30 minutes together, actually 25 minutes together. Vice President's team also tried to shorten the time allocated for the taped but unedited interview, the anchor said during an on-air conversation of their chat. Baer said members of Harris's campaign waved their arms frantically as they pushed to wrap the interview. We were also supposed to start at 5 p.m. That was the time they gave, Baer explained. Originally, we were going to sit down for 25 to 30 minutes. They came in and said maybe 20, so it was already getting whittled down. Ended up being 25, like screaming and shaking and wagging.
And in a democracy, the President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it.
Shut up, lady. Calm down. Hey, calm down. Will you please? Is that what Brett were screaming and waving?
Press secretary interviewing a president, and I'm talking like 4 people waving their hands, like it's got to stop. So Martha, I had to dismount there at the end. There's so many things, and she maybe should do more of these.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. The problem is she doesn't do any adversarial interviews. So Kamala Harris has no idea what the real world is. She has no idea that anybody criticizes her at all. She has no idea that the vast majority of the country hates her, right? And she attempted to sabotage this interview herself.
Timeout right before he's going to kick the field goal. They're icing the kicker. So we were supposed to start at 5 p.m. This was the time they gave us. Originally, we were going to do 25 or 30 minutes. They came in and said, well, maybe 20. So it was already getting whittled down. And then the vice president showed up about 5:15. We were pushing the envelope to be able to turn it around for the top of the 6 o'clock. So That's how it started. And I could tell when we started talking that she was going to be tough to redirect without me trying to interrupt. I did this with President Obama. At one point, I just said, Mr. President, I know you like the filibuster. I just didn't even have the chance to sometimes redirect in those ways.
Kamala staff freaking out. Kamala staff waving their arms. They were already sabotaging the interview.
That's how bad it was.
Want a live interview and then started the taped interview almost 20 minutes late before aides cut it short.
May I finish responding, please? But you have to let me finish.
You
please.
had the White House and the House and the Senate,
I'm
and
in
they
the
didn't bring up
middle of
that bill.
responding to the point you're raising, and I'd like to finish.
I'd like to finish as she's being dragged away, throwing in the towel, right? These are towels being thrown in. Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Clown car staffers.
That's stupid.
Oh, man. Just insanity. Look at that. So much for the it's too late to replace Kamala. We really liked Joe Biden and pretend everything went okay with great guy. Kamala Harris purposely showing up late to give Brett Baier as little time as possible to ask questions. Kamala Harris, I'm mad. She big mad. Awesome. Arizona and Nevada, Georgia and North Carolina.
Yeah, it was bad.
Boy, you are having an early night.
Elon Musk is up there talking. Like, this is crazy. Where's the funnier than parody? This shit's
doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. I think they found out that she's retarded, and now we're basically fucked. Trump is killing us at the polls, so yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way, Joe. The only person in this world who is even more retarded than Kamala Harris is basically you. So no, Joe,
on, man.
you're
Just
not going
give it
back
another
in.
shot.
Let's let it all play out, okay? We'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here.
They did do some lip reading expert, and they did actually like that. There was something said like, "She's not as strong as me." That's what Biden said, and then Obama was like, "Yeah, I know," or something like that. Something fucking diabolical happened. Obviously, it's fucking Obama. But yeah, Trump killed it at the dinner. It was pretty funny. There's a bunch of funny shit in there. Oh, this is the big one.
Finally, assistance in responding.
So, where's it at? I'm going to show this and we're done. Where's it at? DOD. Intelligence related. DOD Directive.
40.01, Department of Defense Intelligence and Intelligence related potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force.
Which is death.
So
assets is really scary.
Assets.
That could mean a lot of stuff. Assets means a lot.
Including death or serious bodily injury. It is also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement is hated.
Mm-hmm. So you know all those weird people that.
So this just happened like September 27th. Wonder why that directive was handed down right before the election. That's weird. That's fucking scary. Oh, what the fuck, y'all? This shit is just fucking crazy. Man, Tesla's coming out with a phone. I mean, just, there's so much shit. I forgot, I didn't even get into the Andrew Schultz stuff, man. That shit was, I gotta just play that one bit. Got to. Might as well. Video's already long as fuck. the Andrew Schultz? That's only 15 minutes. There it is.
Not in UFC, in MMA or boxing.
Maybe,
Unfortunately,
it
there
must
was
be.
those tragic events. Yeah.
Amazingly, boxers die a lot. But UFC, Dana tells me it's a safe sport. I say, to me, it's much rougher. But, you know, it's pretty amazing. They've never, in UFC, they've never lost. And they run a great operation. Nobody's died. But with presidents, it's like a substantial percentage.
Way higher than we realize.
When you look at Lincoln and Kennedy and this and that. I mean,
attempts,
you go
Reagan.
through,
Great names. There it is.
80 million on Facebook and Twitter. Because Zuckerberg told me that. He came to the White to having nobody. I went, that was like, you know, one day I said, no more business with China. I had a lot to say. Totally off. I had nobody. Would you please use truth? I love truth. Use truth. Up something.
You send it to all
and
the.
I did it, and it did well. And then I did truth, and it's done really well. That's what I want, but I put it out on truth, and it just gets picked up all over the place. So it's been very.
I think it's like Kim Kardashian. There.
Tell me, you know, this is a little new world. I call him. His name is Jack. I call him TikTok Jack. I'm good with names, you know.
You are.
You're very good with
you
names.
are.
I mean, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
We have names.
What about and there was Tampon Tim was good. What about
Tim,
is
the
that?
problem with Tampon Tim, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
In other words,
It's a mouthful.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Tampon, and you can't stutter it through when you call it. It's really a lousy word to say.
Yeah.
But it's quite accurate, right? there are some like Comrade Kamala. It's a little hard to say. She's comrade because she's obviously a communist.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
horrible.
Yeah.
So I call her comrade.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. But when you put the names together, it's a little. You got to be able to no, you got to be able to put it out there. But we have a lot of good ones. A lot of them I can't go into with you because.
Dude, Trump's fucking hilarious, man. So yeah, like everything Kamala does, like when she does an interview, whatever she's doing, it's just going bad. When everything Trump does is just going great. You support Trump cutting 85% of this useless government. Fuck yes, I would. Absolutely. But yeah, that's a long video. All right, Joe.